Hello and welcome to Tuesday's edition of Yesterday in Baseball. My name is Luke and we've got two big games to recap. It is October the 14th and we just wrapped up Game 2 from Toronto and Game 1 from Milwaukee. Big Seattle offensive outburst, and of course they do that the day after I said that they've only been scoring 3 to 4 runs a game. And then in Milwaukee, the Dodgers pitching Blake Snell shut down the Brewers offense. It was really exciting to see from him. 8 amazing innings. We'll get into that. And that Brewers bullpen, they keep kind of doing those bullpen starts with Priester and everything. So, again, one of the craziest plays you'll ever see. So we'll get into all of that action. So without further ado, we're going to travel out to Toronto and recap Game 2. Seattle ended up steamrolling the Blue Jays with a 10-3 victory in Toronto in Game 2. They got it going early as Julio Rodriguez hit a huge 3-run homer to make it 3-0 right off the bat. He had cooled off a bit as of late, but let's hope that gets him back on track there. The Blue Jays fought back though as Nathan Lucas made it 3-1 on an RBI single, and then Alejandro Kirk RBI single made it 3-2 in the first inning. That wasn't all for Lucas though, as he tied it up 3-3 with another RBI single in the bottom of the second. The man of the match yesterday, though, did it again today, as in the top of the 5th inning, Jorge Polanco lined a 3-run shot out to right center to give the Mariners a 6-3 lead. In the next inning, they added on another with a J.P. Crawford RBI single to make it 7-3. Then in the next inning again, in the 7th, Josh Naylor got his 3rd hit of the day, which was a 2-run shot to right field, making it 9-3 Seattle, his first of the postseason. The scoring action wrapped up though with a J.P. Crawford sac fly to make it 10-3, a couple RBI day for the longest tenured Mariner. Not much action after that though. Seattle got the win 10-3 and will take a 2-0 series lead back to Seattle. The Dodgers took down the Brewers in a very close and weird one, 2-1. We saw Blake Snell versus the Brewers bullpen and Quinn Priester, both very effective. It was another low scoring affair as neither team got much going until the 4th inning, when the Dodgers loaded the bases with only 1 out and Max Muncy up. He hit what should have been a grand slam, but Sal Frelick knocked the ball down in an attempt to rob it. It bounced off of his glove, then the wall, and then he grabbed it, and it was not very apparent that it went off the wall. But this is not a catch. The Dodgers didn't really know what had happened, and Frelick stuck with the play, throwing it home to get the force out when Teoscar Hernandez didn't run home right away. And then Contreras took that and ran to third base and stepped on third, making it a double play as no one ran to third either, because that became a force out when that catch was not made. They escaped that jam with one of the wildest double plays you'll ever see, and they somehow get out of there unscathed. In the top of the 6th though, the Dodgers got their revenge as Freddie Freeman lined one over the wall in right field to make it 1-0 LA. Blake Snell was pulled after the 8th. He was sensational, going 8 innings, giving up no runs on 1 hit, and striking out 10, shutting down an explosive Brewers offense. In the top of the 9th inning, the Dodgers scored a run on an RBI walk, courtesy of Mookie Betts, to make it 2-0. And then at the bottom of the 9th, the Brewers made an effort as a walk, double, and a sac fly from Chiriot made it 2-1. And then with the bases loaded and 2 outs, Blake Treinen cemented the win as he struck out Bryce Terang, who narrowly missed the game-tying RBI hit by pitch in that at-bat. Dodgers win 2-1 though, take a 1-0 lead, and they'll play Game 2 tonight in Milwaukee. Now we got our new segment, our play of the day, and this was undoubtedly, it didn't matter really for the outcome with the Brewers, but that insane 8-6-2 double play started by Sal Frelick. Again, the bases loaded, 1 out, Max Muncy up, and he crushes this out to center field. Frelick running back and back and back. He leaps, and I still think it would have been a homer. Bounced off his glove, and again, if you're a base runner, you can't really tell if that goes off that top stripe or not. So it goes off that top of the wall. He catches it, but he has the awareness, and that's what I talk about with the Brewers, the fundamentals. He just sticks with the play, throws that in, and they try to get that out at home. I don't really know what Teoscar Hernandez was doing. Again, he probably just thought he caught it and went back to tag up, but in that situation, I don't know why you wouldn't just stay there anyways and go the second it looks like he might have caught it. From there, Will Smith on second never went to third either. Again, he just probably thought it was caught and didn't want to tag up. And then Contreras had the wherewithal to run to third base, tag the bag, make sure he got out. So I keep talking about this with the Brewers. I mean, it's a weird play. You can't really say you practice that, but keeping your head in the game and understanding what the situation is, and Frelick understanding, I mean, you would assume you would know that, but that it isn't a catch, and then making that play home. That's just a fundamental baseball that I think everyone's kind of come to know these 2025 Brewers by, and it helped them there, as that would have been a much different play. They would have at least given up a run, maybe 2 or something. So great athletic play by Frelick, and then great mental play by him and everyone else in the Brewers to finish that off. Now we've got our player of the day for Monday. This guy's been no stranger to being a player of the day so far in this postseason, and that is Blake Snell. He was incredible, going 8 innings pitched, no earned runs, 1 hit, 10 strikeouts, and no walks. That 1 base runner all night. All that to a plus 56.3 win probability added. I mean, that's incredible. But this was a close game, and he was just nails the whole time for the Dodgers. And the Brewers offense, they were great all NLDS, and I'm sure they show up, and the Dodgers, big bad Dodgers, come in, and Blake Snell just shuts him down. He probably could have even gone 9 innings, and they're just like, what the heck? So great, outstanding performance from him today. Absolutely just amazing. In the biggest moments, it always seems like Blake Snell is there, and he's performing. So he's our player of the day for Monday. Now tonight we have Game 2 for Milwaukee between the Dodgers and Brewers at 8:08 Eastern Time, 5:08 Pacific on TBS. We have Yoshinobu Yamamoto taking on Freddie Peralta. Yamamoto had 1 appearance against the Brewers this year, going 0.2 innings, giving up 3 runs on 4 hits. He performed back in Milwaukee back in July and didn't go too well. And then Freddie Peralta was good this year in his 2 starts versus LA. He had 1 scoreless 6-inning appearance, and then a 5-inning, 4-run performance, averaging out to a 3.27 ERA. So not the best, but solid, and Yamamoto hopefully should be a little bit better than. I remember that was Andrew Vaughn's first big homer as a Brewer was off of Yamamoto. So we'll see if the Brewers' bats can get rolling. Should be interesting and a great game. Milwaukee kind of needs this before heading back to LA for Game 3. So should be a fun one, and I'm looking forward to it. That's all from today's show. Thank you guys so much for listening. It was a fun game of baseball last night between the Dodgers and Brewers, and then Seattle just going ballistic again. Like I said, just yesterday, I was like, oh, don't expect too much from them. They're just scoring 3 to 4 a game, and then they're like, all right, Luke, I'm going to put up 10 now. So that was kind of fun, but I'm excited for that series. That'll be interesting. I mean, either way, I'm excited to see whoever goes on, but if Seattle goes for their first ever World Series, that would be pretty magical. So thank you guys again. Hope to see you tomorrow morning for Wednesday's show, and enjoy Game 2 tonight. See ya.